I've been doing a lot of VOD reviews lately, and I thought I'd share some of the learnings. If you're in a similar rank where you're making similar mistakes, I think you can find this extra helpful. We will do 3 different ones in this video. We will start with reviewing a silver Hwei, then we will move on to reviewing a gold Aatrox, and then end with a bronze Lux. So the first one we're going to be reviewing is J-Boys. This is a silver 4 Hwei 1-trick. This is the OPGG. I like it a lot. We're 1-tricking. Negative win rate though, but it's fine. We're getting a bunch of games in. We're struggling a bit with the win rate, but I feel like we're getting quite a good amount of games in and we're 1-tricking. So this will pay off, I think. Not that you have to 1-trick, but having a champ pool between 1 and 3, I think is really, really good. But if we take a look at the notes that this player wrote, we can see that they wrote, I find as Hwei, I'm just clearing waves. As if I get in range to land anything, I'll get a poor trade. I was also flamed by Viego. As Triss was roaming when waves were about to meet, I would ping to make sure they knew about my roam. My thoughts were I should be clearing before doing anything. Is this correct? How should I be changing my laning phase so that it's just not waves getting cleared all the time? So his problem was essentially that Tristana was roaming all the time and he couldn't really do anything. So let's see. Tristana is pushing here. Tristana pushing here. And we're just kind of farming. Tristana moving. Okay. We can see that something is happening bot. So we start pinging ourselves. Tristana's missing. We should be pushing the way. Push. But these are low quality pings. They're low quality pings because we're just pinging ourselves. We're late pinging. We're sporadically pinging. We're not like spam pinging. And I'll show you high quality pings in a moment here. So Tristana actually ends up getting a kill there. And we write, look how many pings, how many times I ping. If you can't listen, what the fuck can I do? Well, what we can do is high quality pinging. If we take a look at this sequence again, look at bot. Both junglers are there. They're fighting. Your team is pushing forward, so they're in an exposed position. Tristana just moved here. It's so obvious that she moved down to no help. She pushed in the wave. She moved in this direction, and there's a big fight there. Of course she's going to go there. Now, high quality pinging is you ping missing like this, missing, danger, or go back. At the same time, you ping early, you ping in a line, you ping the direction, and you're very clear with the pings like that. That is high quality pinging. Low quality pinging is to just put some question marks on yourself because you're not showing people the direction and they can barely hear the question marks if you just put one at a time. Next up right here, Tristana comes back. Look at how much gold we have. We have 1100 gold. So if we could just push this wave in base, we have lost chapter. So this is great. We push, let's crash this wave. Okay, nice. Base. This is a great base timing. Because we have enough gold for lost chapter. We're low on mana. We just crashed the wave. Base. If we don't base here, we miss this recall timing. We will be useless because we have no mana. We haven't spent our golds. We're super weak. And we're just a minion sitting here in lane leaking pressure. What I mean with leaking pressure is that we can't push lanes, we can't fight anyone, we can't move to any play. We're just sitting here trying to kill minions under a tower, and Tristana can just constantly push and move, and put pressure. But this player does not find the base here. Instead, we AFK at our tower, we don't find the recall timing here, and now we're completely useless. And back to the low quality pings. Where's Tristana? So look at this situation here. So we're pushing the wave, Lulu's showing, Tristana is pushing. This is fine, right? Like, it makes sense. As a control mage, we're going to be sitting in lane a lot. We want to play for our lane kingdom. We want to keep a high farm. We're probably not going to be moving as much because our roams aren't that strong. We're not that strong early on. So we're sitting in lane here. This is fine. Now, Tristana moves. We go back to our tower. This is bad. This is too passive. Like, we see the wave is about to come up. Walk up instead. Walk up and scout. There's 2 reasons for this. The first one is you see Tristana. You can potentially scout and see Tristana. If you see Tristana, you know, okay, she's not moving. If you don't see Tristana, well, she could be moving. Now we really need to be careful, perhaps pinging our jungler if she's roaming there. 2, we get a head start on clearing the wave, which is big, especially if she's roaming. We can get a head start on clearing the wave because we clear the wave quickly, which means our wave is crashing quicker into their tower, and she's pressured to be back to lane because she does not want to miss minions. And we can also get plates, and we can recall earlier. We just get more tempo, put more pressure. But we AFK at our tower, we can see we're just leaking pressure here. We have no idea where Tristana went. If she went top, if she went bot, where she is, we have no idea. And if she went somewhere, we're not pushing the wave right away because we're just walking with our wave, low quality pings. We just ping once, twice on top of ourselves, just completely leaking pressure. We can also push this out faster. Missing the cannon there, cherry on top. This is also very risky. We probably should have warded, put a ward somewhere else or somewhere to the side so we can lean. And then finally, we can see the exact same pattern, right? We're in lane, Tristana's pushing, we're pushing as well. We can see there's a fight happening bot lane. Tristana moved again, exact same scenario. Okay. Low quality pings on ourselves, and we're not walking forward. So here the pings should be boom, boom, danger pings, or question mark pings. And walk forward, be right here to push the wave right away. Push the wave as quickly as possible to punish Tristana from roaming. Because now she's here, and we would have shoved the wave already if we had moved forward. But we're just sitting in lane, and now we're moving late instead of taking plates, and we're typing in the chat. Why move here? What are we doing? Take plates. Get a plate. Get a base timing. Do something. That's why he felt so useless. Low quality pings, not walking forward to crash the wave, get head start on crashing the wave, so he could actually put some pressure down. Just leaking so much pressure. Here we're VOD reviewing another player. This time we are reviewing a gold 1 top laner. This is the OPGG. It looks really good. I really like this OPGG. We don't have a lot of games played yet, but we're playing 3 champions. I would probably even try to keep this at 2, but 3 is fine. Anything more than that is pushing it, really. So we have a pretty tight champion pool. Great win rates here, and this is the solo queue games. We're playing consistently, we're sticking to our champion pool of Aatrox, Mordekaiser, and Darius, and it's paying off. Really good stuff. I like to see this. So if we check the note that they wrote, I don't want to believe that there's losers queue or algorithms that force you to lose, but I got a teammate who just got level 30 and 3 others with negative win rates, 30 to 40%. I win my lane most of the time, but my teammates decide to throw and tilt. Is there any way I could have salvaged this game? So first of all, there's no losers queue. There's nothing like that. Forget about that. Just stop thinking about that. Stop wasting your time thinking about that. I don't care what win rate my teammates have. Like, just stop thinking about that. We focus on our improvement and our gameplay. So let's see what happened here. The first thing I wrote was he has locked camera. Don't have locked camera, like unlock your camera. It's so much better to play without it. You can gather more information by moving the camera around freely instead of having it locked. You might suck at first, but no good players plays with full locked camera. And here, so far, this guy has not played press tab. Like, when you're just waiting like this before lane start, hold tab. Like, look at the summoner spells, look at the runes. Look at the team comps. What is the win condition? What are the threats? What is the plan? And now, as we come into lane here, like, play for level 2. Play for level 2. Stop it. Don't just walk around and handshake this with Renekton. Like, start hitting the creeps a little bit to gain a push advantage, so you can make sure that you're hitting level 2 before the Renekton. And then we can start like controlling the lane. We can get the crash, maybe recall on 4th crash, for example, and we can buy an item and put pressure that way, but we're not contesting the level 2. Little thing here too, he has voice lines on. This is completely personal preference, but I would just turn stuff like this off. Just as I like to turn chat off, I like to turn that stuff off to not have any distractions. Okay, so we get level 2 here. Notice how we get level 2 and we're not trading. We hit level 2 and we're just not trading. Like, as soon as you're about to hit level 2, you should walk up and trade. Really important. Because you're so much stronger, you have another ability and you have more base stats. Really basic, fundamental concept there. But we're not doing that. And here we can see Rammus on Raptors. We can see Rammus on Raptors down here. So that's something we should note. He looks like he has been... he started the bot side and is farming towards top. We're trading here with the Renekton, but we're not popping our potion. As soon as you take damage, just pop your potion. This should be a habit of yours, especially as a melee top laner. Okay, we're recalling. Look how much gold we have. We have 100 gold. I would get a potion, get a control ward. Those are really good early game and can help us survive in lane and survive from ganks. Okay, 542 here. I think we should freeze the wave. Look at the wave state. It's pushing into us. Let's try to freeze. Let's try to freeze. We're soon level 6 here. Try to trade with him, get level 6, freeze the wave. If we can freeze the wave, we can create a massive advantage here. Because not only is Renekton losing minions if he can't fight us because we're level 6, but he can also get ganked. So if you can freeze and you're stronger, do that. Here, we could use W here. So if we take a look here, see how we're just not using W? If you just use W, we can get some free damage and you get a good trade. So there's just no reason not to. We see we have our other abilities coming up. This is great. Here, I think we should use our pot and walk forward. You can see Syra on the map. So there's a few reasons I want to walk forward here and use the potion. First of all, we're strong and we can set up a freeze again. Second of all, we have a potion here and we can see Syra and our team. They're kind of fighting in the river. So if we can move up, we can actually be closer to the river so we can move before Renekton if need be. It's fine not to move and just hold a freeze, but like by walking up, we can have that opportunity. Now, when a Renekton moves like this is like the downside of freezing. He can move when we have a freeze. We can't really move because, I mean, we're losing the creeps. In this case, just don't move. Like, farm, hold the freeze, grab your minions, and ping your team back. But it's really odd here. We're following Renekton, but we're not moving our camera. This is a habit of these lower ratings. Not moving our camera before we move. We just blindly move, and then we move our camera. Alright, so we hold the freeze here. This is completely fine. This is fine. Okay, so next spot here. We have a great position here. We have a freeze. We're really strong. Take a beautiful trade here. Look at this. Nice trade. Really nice W into Q2, Q3. Renekton is completely destroyed here. We ult. He flashes away. Really good. Now, you really need to be careful with over chasing, especially if you don't know where the enemy jungler is, and especially for weak side. In this case, we also knew Rammus was topside. We couldn't see this here because I kind of skipped over some parts, but we knew Rammus was topside. We should know this. We should track this. And just as a general habit, even if you didn't know, just take the small wins. Don't overchase. Like, if he's ulting like this, let's go back. Like, where's Rammus? Where's their support? Where's their mid laner? Let's just take the win. We have the freeze still. So he's so doomed. If he bases on freeze, I mean, we just generate a huge lead. But right here, a bad habit of this rating is we just try to do too much. We try to cash in all the time. Like, we have to go for the all-in and just finish it. But we don't. We can take the small win, go back, and keep freezing. But now we end up trading, which is good. Like, it's really solid. It's a trade, 1-for-1 trade when we played 1v2 and enemy jungler gank top. But it could have been much better because if we stayed, we didn't chase, Rammus is still top. And he didn't get anything, and Renekton is really doomed. That's how you really carry. So, yeah, just take the small wins. Next one here. If we go back a little bit. I believe Renekton crashed this wave. Yeah, so we come here. Renekton crashes this wave. So we take this wave. And then Renekton has no TP. Just push next wave. Like, I would just push next wave. Because Renekton has no TP. And we can shove this wave in so quickly. Because what's happening now is when we're basing, it's going to push away from us and we're losing the creeps. We're losing the creeps here. See? So just crash this wave quickly. Renekton can't be here. We crash the wave so quickly. It's just free. When we're running back to lane, we should use Portal. Because he's not using Portal here, we're just running into the tower. So when we're proxying, if we actually had a ward there, we could see Renekton there, but we can also run away. Like, we can run through Renekton. Because then if he decides to chase us, he's going to miss the wave, which is really huge. But now he gets to chase us and get the wave. Pathing here, if we're going to roam mid, just walk behind the Herald. Why walk through the crab? And the last thing we're reviewing here is we're inside lane. Renekton has Steel Cap, Spork finished. It's very close. We're both level 11. And look at the ability usage here. There's a wave, and we just QE in front of Renekton. QE in front of Renekton. That's a big part of our kit. And now he can just freely engage. With Q2 now, we have no abilities. We literally have no abilities. We just have no abilities. And we just get completely destroyed here. So here's a place where you need to be really careful and understand the matchup. Like, Renekton is strong there. We're not wasting abilities in front of him. And we just lose so much pressure here. Lose our flash, lose the tower probably, lose the wave, and it's just terrible. Renekton will have time to move first as well. So to summarize this one, a few points of improvements I wrote. Level up timer is something we need to work on. Unlock camera is something we need to work on. Use potions in fights. Map awareness, understanding weak side, strong side. We died a lot with Rammus ganking our lane when we should have just been surviving top. Freezing and really understanding that, okay, if Rammus is top side, we just need to survive, and the other side is playing with an advantage because our jungler's there and theirs is not. Wave management, freezes crashing before basing, stuff like that, pushing for prio perhaps. That's stuff this player needs to work on to take it to the next level. So we can totally see here, like, if this guy played better, even though he played pretty well, if he plays better, he can actually take over top lane completely and then distribute the lead throughout the map. But he was never quite able to do that here. Okay, so the next player we will review here will be a Lux mid lane in Bronze 2. So if we quickly take a look at the OPGG here, we can see we do not have many games played. Like, we're barely playing the game. At least we have barely played the game this season. And past season, Silver 4, Bronze 4, Bronze 3, making some improvements. But yeah, we're just barely playing the game. We're playing normals, we're playing ARAMs, we're playing Arena. And if we look at solo queue games here, we can see that we just have such few solo queue games. We're just not getting the reps in here. That's what I'm noting. If we get into the game here, cover the entrances. Just never AFK at your tower like this, in my opinion. Cover the entrances, cover something. Make sure we get some type of vision. Next up, we have locked camera. Just unlock your camera. Like, you shouldn't have locked camera. No good players have perma locked camera, as I talked about. Play for level 2. As we get into the lane, we should play for level 2 right away. It's such an easy way to take control of the lane, get an advantage. Because you get another ability, get base stats. You can just walk up, get the push. You'll be able to get the crash first and find a base timing, and it's just so much easier to play that way, putting pressure. Next up here we have low value abilities, save your mana. So we can see we're pretty low mana here, and look at this queue. We have no setup. Warwick is not even that close, and I mean it's just low percentage, low value. Just don't fling your abilities out if you can't get high value from them. I'm out of mana, the player says. We wonder why. Okay, next up here we have our E. Look how he's using his E here. He throws it out and just pops it immediately. A good Lux player lets the E stay on the ground because the cooldown is already ticking anyway. So the E actually has pressure when it stays in the ground, similar to Graga's Q. It stops Malzahar from going in there because you threaten to pop it, and he will be slowed if he does. The minions are also slowed inside. So just like, it's a bad habit to just instantly pop it if you don't need to. And we don't need to here because it's not like we last hit it any creeps. Also a pretty poor low value E. Why E there? Okay, this is a really big mistake. We miss a recall timing. Such an important fundamental for mid. You can see we're so low. We have no HP, no mana. The wave is bigger. So it's pushing into us. We have TP up. But even if we don't have TP here, even if it's pushing into us as well, it's not going to crash for quite a while because look, this wave is quite big. There's a cannon. There might come in another wave that will hold it before it crashes. So we have so much time here to just base and come back. Bad habit there. Okay, ability usage of value is the next one. We come back and we run to help Warwick with the grubs. We just instantly pop it again. Q, W Warwick, we fling out all of our abilities. We have half mana. We're tanking the grubs. We're losing HP. Another E, insta pop. And we're just trying to help him, okay? Another W, we're tanking. And we're missing a wave under tower right now. And we're like really low. This is terrible. Like, you can help Warwick by being there, but your mana is precious. If we're gonna use E, we'll use it only once here and we'll make sure we hit everything. But we should really hold our mana, value our HP, and make sure we're back for every wave. But we're not doing that here. We're playing too much for the Warwick way. Not respecting our resources. Missing waves mid and really bad. Okay, so Warwick comes here. Pops the shield on Malzahar. He is feared. Warwick ultis, and look at our Q. We're not understanding CC chaining here. We just fling our Q randomly. What we should do is wait for Warwick to CC Malzahar so he can't move, and then we Q to CC chain. It's very easy to hit our Q now, right? Because Malzahar can't move. So that's what we should do. So we need to kind of think about the CC chaining. Okay, how can Warwick CC Malzahar so we can follow up? Very important to understand as Lux. But we're not doing that here. We just whiff the Q. We have no mana. We're over chasing. I would just go back. Go back at this point. Alright, next one. Spacing mistake here. We get comboed by Malzahar. He's ulting. We're losing a lot. We're just too close. Like, what are we doing? We're trying to Q him. Just keep your range here. So we can see our Malzahar is low. And Warwick runs for Malzahar. Warwick kills Malzahar. We need to base. Let's push the wave base. Why? Because if we push the wave, Malzahar is going to lose the wave because he's dead. And that also gives us timing to base because we're not losing anything either. If we grab the wave. If we base now, we lose the wave. And we save the wave from Malzahar. So this is a big deal. But we're not doing that here. Instead, we're just kind of randomly running towards Drake. This mindset of always trying to help. And now we base. So you see how we just kind of looped around here for no reason. Warwick did shove in the wave though, good. But I would much rather push the wave in myself. Get that consistency, not relying on the jungler doing the right thing for you. Here's a fight. I wrote R overkill here. See, this is way overkill. Like, she's so dead. She's so low. We don't need to R here. Just hold the R for a better... Like, hold your R for your next Q. See, like, she would have died anyway without R. And now our Q is coming back up and we would have had R. So with our next Q here, we could threaten R. So had we hit that, for example, we could R. Or we could R on a Warwick Fear or something here. See how the locked camera sucks? We can't see how low Morgana is because we're locked. So all we see is this, but if we have unlocked camera, we can easily move the camera. And if we had our ult up here, could use it to snipe Morgana potentially. See, it's really awkward with the locked camera. Yeah, we just didn't see shit there, so. Okay, last point here is wait for Alistar CC. This is another situation with CC chaining. Now we get the kill here anyway, but what you want to do when you're Lux here, just wait for your teammates to CC someone, and then you can 100% land your abilities. So if this Briar is CC'd by a Warwick Fear, Warwick Ulti, or perhaps Alistar Q, then we can land an ability 100%. Flash over, okay, wait for him to WQ. Okay, now we should R, because he landed the WQ instead of R'ing before. So if we take a look at the review summary here, I wrote ability usage, e-usage and mana management, CC chaining, so we talked about here. Utilize your teammate's CC to guarantee landing spells yourself, recall timings, and unlocking your camera. Those are the things I really think we need to work on. Obviously, looking at the OPGG as well, we need to get the games in as well.